Hey, good morning, traders. This is Vance Williams out of the Seattle, Washington area, and welcome to my morning Forex trading show. Today is Monday, November 24th, and keep in mind that this week is Thanksgiving week here in the United States. That means basically a 4-day weekend coming up, and that starts on Thursday. So I'll be doing shows Monday through Wednesday this week. Basically there are a lot of additional risk factors that are taking place today, which is why I put in the title today's risk factors. When you press play on the show, I just want to show you real quickly. Be sure to click be part of the conversation right here. If you look at my mouse, and then when you do, you'll actually see a little bit more. I'll post different links and things in here, but you can follow me on Twitter. Like, for example, I sent out a tweet about 4 or 5 minutes before this live show began. And so you can basically program that to tell your phone to let you know when I'm doing a show and what the topic's going to be. And also you can go to my forexartofwar.com page right here on this link. You can do a number of things. I guess I better click on that. I want to show you a few things that you can do. First of all, down here, there's Master the Fibonacci tool. This is one of the most valuable free educations you're ever going to get on using the Fibonacci tool right there. So check that out. Trust that process. I developed that technique, and if you learn it, it'll teach you where and when the buyers or sellers have an advantage and how strong that advantage is. Here you can download my books, 8 Things or The First Battle. We've had tens of thousands of downloads of those. And then this is new today. We are putting up our new training options. Our program is renamed FX Trainer. We want to make sure that everybody knows that we focus on training, not education. That's where we're coming from. So you can take a look at the options there as well. Okay, so let's get out of there. Let's see. Let's talk now about fundamentals. I do want to stress that what I do on this show is for your educational purposes only. What I share is not intended as advice for where to get in and out of trades. It's just intended to help you with your goals and learning. In fundamentals today, we are medium-term bullish U.S. dollar, bearish euro. So that's, basically down the charts on the euro USD. Same thing pretty much with the pound relationship with the dollar. But we have other factors that have been fundamental factors that have been developing. The central banks appear in the way they were talking last week to want the euro and pound to hold above these current lows. It seems that way. We also have the factor that the entire market might have already shifted down a gear coming into the last part of 2014, coming into Thanksgiving and Christmas, basically wanting to hold on to their gains for 2014 and not, kind of get into that extra risk around the holidays. So, that's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy there. But it's understandable. I mean, some of the big banks were fined $3 billion and, not each of them, but combined. So there was a big hit there. So I really do think that we might be in a bit of a range until the end of 2014, which does line us up for what I think is going to be an extraordinary 2015. I'm going to need to get some information here Monday, today, to kind of take a look and see if there are any new developments in order to give you a better fundamental outlook. But part of the thing that's really important in Forex trading is to recognize when there is additional risk. And one of the best ways to do that is to realize and recognize when you don't know. And that's a really important part of Forex trading, because if you don't recognize that you don't know and you're eager to trade, trust me, you will find a reason to take one. On the major bank trades, 2 of the top earning banks are looking for a better selling price here on the euro dollar. So they don't seem willing to buy, which would support my current short-term factors, but they would like to sell if price can get up to 124.70 and 12500. Personally, I'm not really seeing that given uncertainty and things that are probably going to change on an intraday basis. But I've watched them do this, and so far the last time they did this, look for a better price to manage their risk, they got stopped out the last time, and the previous time that they did it, price dropped without them. So what I'm saying, I guess, is that it's probably, given all the fundamentals, it's probably more likely that if this moves up, it's going to hit those levels and keep going for a ways. But we'll watch and see. And nobody, looking at the euro dollar here, if you follow my mouse, nobody wants to sell at the bottom, except for the newbies and the gamblers. The major banks are focused on the medium term. And if you don't know what medium term means, that's basically, now listen carefully, because this takes a little bit to understand. That's a 6 to 18 month economic vision or economic outlook, but 1 to 300 pips in trading targets. So you've got a 6 to 18 month vision, but don't equate that to time in trades. The entry and exit points for the trades have nothing to do with time. They can be hit in a day or in a week or two. So make sure you get that straight. That's all part of understanding how you get a picture and vision of how this works. Okay, so let's by the way, on the big banks, I just want to let you know I have no way to validate that the information I get about the major banks is true. I believe it to be pretty reliable, and I'm actually finding it a little bit useful. But you should know that I have no way to verify or validate that that information is correct. Okay, so today's price, what should we look at first? Let's look at the pound first this morning. I did drop a few lines. We've got a pretty good level if we go out on the pound. I did clean up my charts finally. Just went and deleted everything. We've got a good important level here. You can see it touch here, and then so if we come into that again, there's probably going to be, let me zoom in a little bit, probably going to be some sell orders in that 57.35 area. Okay, so we're a ways away from that right now. Dropping back down to the 30-minute, looks like I need to zoom out once. The pound speculators are a little bit bullish today. You can see 30 minutes, 60, 90, 2 hours. So they're on the move up right now. Because of the increased uncertainty and probably a little bit of sell orders in this area, I did drop down to the 1 minute chart because I wasn't seeing pullbacks on the 5 minute. And then when I did, if you guys have studied my new wave video, you'll notice, look at this, we've got a push, pull back to 38.2, followed by another push. And so if you follow this up, what you see is one here, push, pull back, or price move, pull back, second push, and then it does it again right here. See that? Boom, boom, boom. See right at 38.2. So you've had those push pullback. So the behavior's kind of played out on the 1 minute chart. And for those of you who are trading the 5 minute and go, oh, I didn't see that, that's fine. You just need a little more experience to know when to look for that. There's two times that you look for that: when the market is moving super fast, and when price is in the case of the buy, when price is coming into areas where there's likely to be sell orders sitting, because that's what's going to push it back. So let's zoom out, and you can see there was probably some sell orders in this area right here. See that? Probably even some sell orders in this area right here as well. See that? So that's when we get the pushback. So you gotta be a little bit suspect in those situations. So the behavior is kind of played out, and that's why you see right now this do a correction back down here. So where are we at now? Where we're at now is I'd like to see a move above 56.93 to consider a possible buy if price makes a decent move and pulls back. I don't think that many really want to buy given the current medium-term fundamental outlook. The sell, it's got to get down through here, but we're pretty far away from that. So I'll post some analysis if it does make a move down here. We could put a price on there. See, it's about right there, 630. Now I do have a supply line on here. This is using a TD point. I don't know how relevant that is at the moment. But this is basically, the high probability scenario. The buyers will have an advantage if it moves above here. If it stretches out enough without a pullback, they'll have a high probability advantage such that you can get in and out with good risk management. So that's all I see there. And then now let's go over to the euro. The euro's in kind of a sticky situation. I'm not really sure what moved this. I wasn't here on Friday. It could have been a little bit of what Draghi had to say. It could have also been China's decision to lower interest rates. Didn't really get that far in my analysis yet. But the bottom line here is we've had a very, very strong move coming down here. I'm not sure if it retraced along the way. Let's take a peek. Let's see, it went from here to there to there. No real pullbacks. So sometimes if we know what moved the market, sometimes we can say, okay, this is repositioned money, and then just go ahead and ignore this move and start trading the next one. I'm just going to say I'm not really sure exactly what happened there. But moving back out to the 30-minute, in fact, let's go out to the daily, and we see we're really pressing. We've touched off that all-time low there. Well, it goes back to it's the 2012 low, but in terms of, modern developments, it's an all-time low because right now 2012 has nothing to do with what's going on here. All right, so let's go back to the 30-minute on the euro dollar, and potentially, let me see. I mentioned a couple of banks were looking for trades in the 20. What they're doing here, I'll show you where their trades are. One of the top earners is right in this area right here, and the other one is all the way up in here. So you can see they're basically looking for a better price to sell. And, I guess they're probably still kind of on the lookout for that next leg down to the 12200, 12250 area. I'm not sure we have the impetus to really do that before 2015, but we'll see. So, basically the risk is added to jump on here in the bottom level. For our traders, yeah, you guys can look at any of these levels to get into on this position, but keep in mind that there's a little bit more uncertainty now about whether this can even drop. And if that's true, then this is more likely to just kind of head up, chop around, and move up into a range, drop down a little bit again, but we'll just have to watch. So again, on the top right, let me get back to see if I've got that up. Yeah, over here on the right, if you click join the conversation, click on forexartofwar.com, and you'll get to this page, and you can get my books. You can also look at training options, and let me know if you guys have any questions at all. This is pretty cool what we're doing here, so take a look at this. That's about it this morning. So again, I'll be back tomorrow morning around US Open. I was a little later today. Just overslept just a little bit, but that's okay on a Monday. Anyway, I hope you got just one idea that helps you with your trading this morning, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Thank you and cheers.